Hello there, and welcome back to Pallegney. It's September, which means the craziness of the summer harvest has passed for the year, or at least it has for our farm anyway. However, we are about to continue the craziness in preparing our fields for next year. So on the list for today, we have to mulch and lime our fields that previously had sorghum and canola in. And then we have to plant grass in the field that had oats in. So we're going to do a couple of grass chops in there to get some grass bales for our VIP order. And then we're going to plant barley in the field that previously had sorghum in it, because that field is approximately 2 hectares, which I believe will get us enough barley to feed our chickens for another year. Before we do that, let's quickly check on our animals and our productions. So going down to our animals. Okay, so we're going to empty the chickens' eggs. They've got enough grain to last them another month or so. And then taking a look at our productions. We have plenty of flour in the bakery. The output is about half full, but as I'm emptying the eggs, I might go over there and empty the bread as well. Just put it in our storage. And then our grain mill. We have plenty of sorghum in there, producing flour for us. So, with all of that said, let's do our usual morning hoit over the fence and get started. What I'm also going to do actually is maybe we can find a use for our harvester this month. I wonder if there's any contracts we could do. If we get a contract started nice and early, and maybe we can make some extra money there, because not forgetting, I'm trying to avoid selling any of my products before they're at their premium price, and our outgoings are about 6,000 euros per month, and we only have about 17,000 left, so don't want to see our bank balance getting too low. Let's take a look at our harvesting contracts to see what we have. I'm thinking if we could do some sorghum contracts, that would be really useful, because any extra sorghum we gained would go straight in our grain mill to produce more flour for bread. So we have 2 sorghum contracts. I want to stay away from the root crops because we don't have the tools to complete those. My idea for whichever harvesting contract we do take is that we're going to put it mostly on a worker, apart from emptying the harvester when we need to. We have field 29. It's over here. Oh wow, that is a very large field, but it's close to our farm. So we'd only have to go from there over to there to empty the trailer. I think this might be worth doing. We could use a small tractor with the trailer to run back and forth with the sorghum that's harvested, and then our harvester can just be busy at work doing that all day while we're taking care of our own fields. I think that's a pretty good idea. So I'm going to accept this contract. Let's grab our harvester and our header, and we'll head over to field 25, and we will get the headland done, and then we'll get the worker started on that while we start working on our own fields. Okay, so here we are over at field 25, and this truly is an absolutely gigantic field, probably more suited to one of the harvesters with a larger header, but we've accepted it without the use of borrowed equipment, so we now have to take care of it with our own equipment. Our harvester's maintenance is incredibly low, so we're just going to have to make do. Alright, let's get ourselves unfolded, and we'll go around the headland. Before we do that, we'll set the worker on their way again. I'm sending this worker over to the vehicle store because we need to rent a mulcher. Okay, let's get started harvesting this field. I have no idea how long this is going to take, no idea how much we're going to get to keep for ourselves at the end of it, but it can get harvested by the worker while we're taking care of our own fields, obviously once we have completed the headland. Well, we haven't even made it all the way around the headland, and we are 95% full. This is going to be one monumental task, but that's okay. It will go down in our history books as the largest field we've ever harvested. Alright, so we're full. I'm going to quickly run over to our big tractor. I'm going to rent the mulcher. Where are we? Mulchers. Let's take a quick look through. I think I know which one I want. I want one that's got a fairly wide working width. Yeah, this is the one. So we're going to rent this. And we will send them over to our old sorghum field to start the mulching. And then we'll grab the small tractor and send them up to the sorghum field to empty our harvester. Okay, so we're back over at the sorghum field. I'm going to use the fact that you can't destroy the AI farmer's crops. I'm going to use that to my advantage and just drive onto the field. It's a little sneaky, but I'm giving myself a buy because we have so much to get done. So we're on the longest side of the field. I purposely did this piece last because this is where I think I want to set the AI worker loose. So once I've done this and gotten to the bottom, I'll send them back up the other way, and hopefully by the time I've reached the bottom and come back up, that'll be another full tank and I can empty it straight into the tractor. But we will see. Okay, so we're almost done mulching our first field. You can see our harvester over there in the distance by the water tower, hard at work, harvesting a field that's way too big for it. Definitely earning its keep with us. Pretty sure it's going to be completely dead maintenance-wise by the time that field's done. And we'll have to get it fixed over winter once we get some income. I'm now about to move on to our field that had canola in it and get that mulched. Then I will lime these two fields, and then we'll start with the drilling. Got 2 fields to drill this month. Got our barley to go in the field that we've just mulched there, and we've got grass to go into the field we had oats in previously. So let's continue with mulching our canola field, and I will be back with you once it's complete. Okay, so we've almost finished mulching both of our fields that we need to. In fact, we have finished with that last piece, so let's get our equipment returned and let's move on to the liming. We have also emptied our first trailer load of sorghum into our grain mill, so that's 33,600 litres, and our tractor is on its way back over to the sorghum field, probably to immediately relieve the harvester of another full tank of sorghum. In the meantime, let's start liming this field here. Make sure we're on the full working width, and let's lime the field. Should be a quick up and down pass. And then what I think I'll do is I'll grab the drill as I go over to the other field. I'll put the spreader on the front of the tractor, I'll grab the drill, and then I'll spread lime on the other field and drill it immediately while I'm over there, and that'll save us going backwards and forwards with our tools. We're about halfway drilled. About halfway, I'd say we're just over halfway drilled on this large field that we're planting barley in. It's all going towards our chickens next year, so we have enough to last them, probably until this crop is ready to harvest. But our chickens will munch through this whole field of barley in about a year. Still boggles the mind when you look at the size of the field. You think that the chickens will eat all of it in the space of a year. I just realised that I got distracted this morning and didn't end up emptying the chickens of their eggs, so I'm going to have to make sure I either look out for the notification that their output's full, or make sure I get that done just when I go back to the farm quickly. In fact, what I might do is just put this on a worker temporarily, go take care of that now. I did also notice that the AI worker has an almost full grain tank, so let's take care of that. We'll take care of the eggs, and then we'll get back to the drilling afterwards. So this is going to be load number 2, going back to our grain mill after we've filled up this time around. That makes about 66,000 litres in total. get ourselves lined up, let the harvester finish this row while they're emptying, and then we can get this back over to our grain mill and get the eggs emptied. Really looking forward to seeing how much money we end up making this year. We're going to have a lot of bread to sell. I estimate somewhere around 50 pallets of bread. That's going to be a good earner for us. And we're also going to have quite a few eggs to sell, which is coming around in just 2 months' time. And likewise, we are going to have a lot of pallets to take to our sell point. We have a number of straw bales, a number of hay bales that we're going to be turning into pellets, and that's going to be a really good earner for us. I do anticipate we're going to be able to get all of our equipment repaired and our oil mill and potato processing plant this year. So stay tuned to see all of that come to fruition. Also, if you're enjoying following along, please do consider subscribing to the channel. I am intending on continuing to make these videos. Don't know when they're going to end. I guess it'll be when I decide there's no more interesting stuff to do on the farm, but I don't foresee that being anytime soon. We have our VIP orders to complete. We have plenty of fields to expand to, plenty of productions to explore, so I don't foresee the fun stopping anytime soon. Let's get our eggs emptied and our bread emptied, and then we shall see how our other tractor's doing with the drilling. I think this is... I don't know how many eggs we've actually got in our storage. I don't think it's an awful lot. The egg production is pretty slow. I've been thinking of whether or not it actually makes economic sense to continue producing eggs, given how much chicken feed given how much grain our chickens actually eat and the amount of eggs they produce. I'm not sure it's worth it. It does add a bit of variety to the game, so I'll give it that. But yeah, I'm not sure if egg production is actually worth it, unless you're going to continue using the eggs to process other things. I will do some thinking about that and make a decision. Okay, this is all of our eggs picked up. Get them loaded on the trailer, and then we can go take care of the bread. Okay, so we are nearing the end of drilling grass in this field. We've just got one little straggly strip to go. This field's already been limed, so it doesn't need liming. Next job for of this tractor is to roll the fields that we have just drilled. That has to be done in the same month as the planting itself. I'm going to just put this on a worker while I check. Yeah, our harvester is full once again. This will be harvester load number 8, I believe. So definitely getting through this field. I think the last message that came up is 60% complete, so we're making pretty good progress. Let's take a quick look at the contract information. Yeah, 67% complete and 50% delivered. So we're doing pretty good. Well, next delivery, one more delivery over to the grain mill, so 2 more in total, and then the rest of the sorghum in the field should be ours. Looking forward to seeing how much we actually make from this. Okay, let's get our tractor out of the way. It's really struggling to pull the trailer when it's near full, especially uphill. Let's move it out of the way. And back over to our other tractor with the drill. We'll fold up the drill, we'll pick up our spreader, put them both back in the vehicle shed, and then we'll get the roller out. Definitely all action today, not a minute to rest. We'll get this rolled, we'll get the other field rolled, and then hoping by that point the worker will almost be finished harvesting the sorghum. We will see. Okay, so we're almost done rolling both of our fields that we've drilled today, and this really is the final task we have to complete on our own fields. So all that's left to do now is finish off that giant field for our neighbour, and we can call this day very successful. Grab this little escapee on the way out of the field, and this one here too, and that's it. We can consider rolling complete. I will take the roller back over to the farm, and I think I might switch out the big tractor for the little tractor on that trailer, because the little tractor really does struggle to pull the trailer when it's full, so I might give it a little break. Alright, back over at field 25, so we've got one strip there to do, I think a little straggly strip over that side and a few extra pieces. So let's switch out these tractors and then we can continue the harvesting ourselves. I'll send this tractor back to our farm because we don't need it over here anymore, and we'll hook this tractor up to the trailer and let's continue the harvesting. Don't foresee this taking too much longer, but I will hand you back over to a time lapse and some music, and I will rejoin you once we've completed this field.
It's what I want and all comes. It's right to my heart, just got it. Bleeding, bleeding love. She's not from the start that you saw. Temptation was sweeping me off.
Okay, so we are almost at our 4th trailer load of sorghum, and I believe that once this is full and emptied into the silo, the rest of the sorghum in this field is ours, which doesn't look like a lot, but there's a fair amount here. I would say there's probably 6,000 to 10,000 litres still left, so I'm going to go to the end of this row in line with the harvester, and then I'm going to take this load back to the grain mill, and hopefully that will be the end of the contract delivery. And then all we have to do is just finish off the field and deliver the rest of the sorghum to the grain mill to be made into flour. Okay, so contract on field 29 is finished. Did check the level of sorghum before we started the delivery, and it was around 2,000, so we did finish it almost exactly. Let's see on here, it says can keep 6,400, but the rest of the sorghum in that field is ours, so let's see how much we actually get. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more than 6,400, but we will see. Okay, and we are done. So 9,211 litres of sorghum for ourselves. That is not bad at all. That's almost how much we would get from a small field. Let's get the header back on its trailer and we'll get back over to the farm, unload it into our grain mill. I will see you over there. Alright, so we're back at the farm here, just about to empty the harvester directly into the grain mill, and let's take a look at the productions quickly. And you can see almost out of sorghum there. And what I will do is I'll just activate these two productions to use up the remaining wheat and oat flour. Now we can definitely park our harvester and head her away for winter. We won't be using it anymore this year, except maybe to go and get it repaired. This is probably a great place to leave this episode, so thank you for following along as we harvested one of the biggest fields on the map. It was definitely an adventure, Took us literally all day while also tending to our own fields, and I also hope you're enjoying following along with the series so far. If you are, please do like the video and consider subscribing to the channel as we continue to build out our farm in Pallegney here. I do hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, bye for now.